There are 5 elephants in the sales room or your sales conversations that kill your sales. Every salesperson I know say they love honest conversations until it's time to have one. In this week's podcast, I will lift the curtain on what it is that stops your sales. There are 5 elephants that trample those sales, and let's get them under control. These are your fears, these are your habits, these are your blind spots that quietly kill connection, confidence, and conversation. You'll laugh, you'll nod, and you might just recognize one of these elephants as one of yours. I want you to look at these elephants so that you can move forward without a struggle and have some great sales success. Hey there, it's Marla. Today we're talking about the elephants you bring into your sales conversations. Let's take a look at the 5 elephants in the room that will kill your sale. Share this with your sales friends and your team members so that they can get moving forward for that great success that they'd love to see in sales. And here's a spoiler alert. Every one of these elephants is standing in your way if you're trying to sell with any kind of confidence or have some conversational fluency with people, the give and take of a conversation, and just the grace to receive a yes or to receive a no. These elephants don't fit in on your Zoom, or they're not in a commission report. They're in your conversations. And I'm your sales conversation architect, helping you close more sales. And this is the Sales Pulse Podcast. When you listen to this podcast, the intention is to help you make bold sales, one clear conversation at a time. So let's look at the first elephant. I call it the Confidence Mirage. You say you believe in your offer when you're selling until someone questions the price. Then suddenly you're talking faster, you're smiling more, and you're getting louder, and you're throwing in bonuses and details that they aren't ready for. It's like you're throwing a yard sale. You're not having a conversation anymore. Well, that's not confidence. That's panic in a good-looking suit. So real confidence doesn't need convincing. It comes from knowing your value and not performing it. Here's a tip. Before you take your next call, ask yourself, would I still recommend this if I weren't getting paid for it? If yes, you're in alignment with your values and your product and your company. If not, go back and reconnect with your original belief in that company and that product. And if it's no longer there, then you know what you have to do. If you don't have alignment, then your soul may not be in making those sales conversations. So be sure to identify the elephant that's stopping you. Elephant number 2 is that one called timing is everything. But for some reason, we all ignore it. So we're trying to ignore the elephant in the room, and it's just not possible. Salespeople love tactics. They love to tell you, say this, do this. But the truth is, most sales are lost because of timing, not because of your technique. You can ask the right questions at the wrong time, and it will fall flat. Buyers don't buy when you are ready to sell. They buy when they feel seen and heard. Here's the trick that you want to do that most people don't discuss. So match the pace and the focus of your buyer. If they're a thoughtful buyer, slow down. Just because they're pausing doesn't mean they're saying no. Let them think. Let them get their next question out. Quit trying to assume what's going on in their head. They might even help you make the sale. If they're decisive, stop over-explaining. Stop trying to add to the details they don't need to make their decisions. Don't feel like you left anything out. Decisive people are really decisive. So this is your respect for how the buyers make decisions and choices. And those processes are indigenous to them. Don't worry about how much you're influencing. You will influence when you are pacing with them, not trying to throw out new fancy words and phrases and deals. Now let's look at elephant number 3. This is where a lot of people are getting messed up nowadays. Engagement is not intent. Let's look at it like this. Someone likes your post, they download your freebie, and you feel that engagement is their intent to buy. Whoa, Nelly. If you're already picturing them as a customer, you leaped too far ahead. What you know is you have someone who's willing to take an action. They're curious, so now you have to be equally curious and go back and discover what's going on. Their curiosity that made them act is a tip for you to now discover more. Slow your roll. Don't make any assumptions. Ask what they thought the download might help them with. And then ask them, did they find it helpful? And then let them talk and share what they were seeking. Now you have a foundation for a conversation. Most sellers will kill the conversation before it gets started because you jump right in and assume that engagement was intent to buy. Remember, if you never clarify the buyer's intent, you'll be chasing maybe a bad lead for a long time. There are just some people who like to get a hold of freebies. Here's the tip. Instead of asking, are you ready to buy, or assuming they're ready to buy, open the door to clarity of intent. So again, what caught your attention to most of this? What did it generate for you as something you wanted to know? This is how you start architecting conversations, by asking really good, open-ended questions. Now we have elephant number 4. Sometimes we expect the buyer to do the work. Have you ever been there? This one's sneaky. We get frustrated when buyers don't know what they want. But wait a minute, they connected with you. That means something was on their mind. Something about you attracted their curiosity. Something made them feel safe to connect and ask questions. They want to clarify their assumptions, or they want to know more. Your post or your ad was marketing. If they did not make a direct order, it is time for your sales conversation skills. So here's your tip. Use curiosity about the buyer as your flashlight. Don't use a hammer. Don't go in there trying to pull things out of people or beat things out of people. Get curious. This is where open-ended questions become really valuable. Ask them what captured your attention, what caught your eye. Were you thinking of a specific need? Is this for you or someone else? Help them think with you. Don't make them feel talked at. It's our job to help people figure it out. If they were already clear, they'd be on Amazon and they wouldn't be talking to you. And what's elephant number 5? Well, that's that selling to survive, not to serve. So when you're chasing quotas or rent money or that next rank, you sell from fear, not genuine focus on serving others. You start treating people like transactions instead of conversations and serving that particular person in front of you. The buyers will feel it. They feel it instantly. They feel it faster than you can make oatmeal. You can't fake calm or curiosity. You have to practice, and you have to be real curious, and you have to be very calm. So here's your last tip. Before every interaction, take one deep breath and ask. I use this daily to keep myself in alignment with my selling values. Here's the question. What would this conversation look like if I didn't need the sale today? Then the voice the buyer trusts will show up. So let's wrap it up. Are one or more of these elephants living rent-free in your mind and your sales conversations? If you're like most people, it's a little bit of all five. But the good news is you don't have to evict them all at once. You just have to notice them. And then you start putting a plan together with how to handle them. If these tips hit home, come share which elephant showed up for you in my Sales Pulse community on Facebook. Let's talk about it without judgment, without fluff, just honest conversation, because awareness changes everything in sales. Until next time, remember, sales fluency isn't about saying the right thing. It's about creating the right buying space. I'm Marla Koupal, and this is the Sales Pulse podcast.